I'm actually going to ask her. I'm going to say, what are you drinking, Morgan?
She assumes it's some tea blend. She's not sure. It smells
Why?
nice. Hey?
Why?
Because Theo drank the wine.
That sounded so defeated. Because Theo drank the wine.
So she would have the tea. She would have the tea. Besides, she remembers seeing somebody having that tea, having a tea chest just like that. Like she recalls somebody having a tea chest just like that.
Okay. I think this is going to be the next kind of question that Morgan's not going to be able to answer. What is tea?
What is tea?
Yeah.
Powder. Dunno. She assumes it's some kind of maybe a spice or some kind of herb or something like that that's been dried out. She's familiar with herbs, and brewing herbs for medicinal purposes and things like that. And she assumes that it's kind of like it's something like that. It's like a some kind. She assumes that tea is some kind of a herb that is brewed just like any other medicinal type of herb.
Tea is a drink you come up with the herbs, and is a luxury.
Yeah, but so are herbs.
Herbs are also a luxury.
Yeah, especially medicinal ones.
If it's a luxury, then why drink it?
She wants to drink.
Well, there's
It's a luxury. It's a luxury drink to have luxury.
And he drank the wine.
It's helpful.
He drank the
Like you drink it and you might feel better. You drink it and it make you relieve your sinuses, or you drink it and you be like.
The elves of Lorien and the elves of Rivendell have been known to use it. It helps with meditation and things like that. You know, the Chinese would, like all the Orientals would do tea parties, like tea ceremonies and stuff like that.
Or tea time with my mum.
What does it taste like?
What does it taste like? Well, it depends which pot you stick your finger in. The one she's got, she said it is like a little bit of a peppermint, like a nettle, like riverside nettle kind of flavour. So it smells like a fresh morning riverbank. And the other one smells of like sweetened tree bark. So it's got that springtime kind of sweet, fresh smell to it. But other than that, it just tastes like hot water.
Hot water.
Hot water!
It leaves a slight, like, biting sensation on the tip of her tongue. Like, she's not sure if that's just the temperature of the water or if it's like actual the herb itself. But it's not bad. She says it's not bad. She only tried a couple of the little pots because like she doesn't know what the other ones are.
Okay. I think I'll try some.
Okay.
So I walk over to the tea chest thing.
Okay, there's you can see that you open up the tea chest and you can see that there's 10 small, like what can be described as manicure pot kind of canisters inside. Each one of them has a lid off, and there's 10 different shades of tea going all the way from like a very, very pale beige sandy colour all the way through to black.
Okay.
Very shades of oranges and browns. Yeah.
Okay. I take the very pale sandy colour.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking, but I'm still sorting my hair.
And I ask Mom, what do I do now?
Well, she just took a pinch of it and put it into the pot.
Okay, so I take a pinch and I do the same and say, now what?
Put the water in.
Put the water in?
Put the water in, yeah, put the water in. Yeah, put the water in. It's like flavoured water. Okay, and then you take one of those spriggy things and you kind of stir it around a bit. But the spriggy things, yeah, they're scented as well. They're like almost like a licoricey kind.
Okay. Are there various springy things then?
No, they all seem to be the same. They all seem to be like licorice twigs.
Okay, so I just take one and I stir it.
You can stir it around, and you can stir it around. And you can keep it in there, and the more you keep it in there, the more licoricey, the more like bitter the tea becomes.
What does my tea smell of?
I don't was it
Well, I picked the very pale sandy colour.
the very pale one.
Yeah.
It smells almost like scented roses.
Ooh. Okay, so I don't
Tea.
stir it too long because I don't want it too bitter.
Yeah.
And I take a taste of it. So
Okay. Yeah. It tastes like it's got like that rosehip kind of taste to it. It's like sweet, but in the same time, it's got that kind of like savoury bitterness to it as well. So it's
Sweet water.
it's a very sweet, flavoursome water, it's almost like rose water. If you've tasted rose water, but it's still got that kind of that earthy woodiness from the licorice in it as well.
I smile towards Mulwyn and I say, "This is good."
Yeah.
And then I kind of walk off towards the corner and just sit down.
Having the sip of tea.
Yes.
Okay. So
Sipping
yes,
the tea,
quite
and I
happily
take out one of those things from the pot and eat it really quickly.
Okay. Yeah.
I no longer have 3, I have 2.
Okay.
It tastes nice.
Okay, so you're sitting down. Estel, you're doing your hair.
Yeah.
Okay, you've done after about 20 minutes or so. You've done your hair. You finished your hair off. Yes.
Yay.
The carriage is fairly quiet. You have Mulwyn, who seems to be just finishing off her tea. She finished off like 5 minutes ago. And Dúlintrast has almost finished his tea. Nostriel is still relaxing. Zabi is still sleeping. And Theo is asleep as well. The carriage is slowly, you can still feel it moving. It's not galloping, it's not doing 100 miles an hour, but it is moving, and occasionally it's rocking when it goes over like one of the heavier cobbles, or maybe a tree root. You're not really sure. It could be a tree root that just seems to make broken the surface of the road. Just to remind you that you are actually still moving from A to B in a carriage.
When around this time when I look out of the windows again, like I do periodically, what do I see? More trees, more trees, more trees.
Well, yeah, you see an awful lot of trees. Yes.
Yes.
And it's still snowing.
I'm mostly seeing if we're getting close to any big like landmark or thing. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can see lights. You can see that, like, it's slowly turning dark. You don't know if it's because of the actual thickness of the cloud cover. These clouds, these snow clouds, have moved down off the misty mountains, and seem to have descended over the entire area. It was very fresh and bright when you left the riverbank this morning, but now it seems to be that the clouds have really built up now, and the snow is coming down a little bit heavier, and it is getting darker. But you can see that there is some lights up ahead. You can't see what there is, but you can see what I've just told you there. And around the far side, you can see that there is some lights.
Well, like candlelight.
No, they're kind of like an aquamarine blue.
Okay. Can't see any buildings.
You can't make any buildings. No, this is like blown stained glass. It's not as clear as like we take for granted. There's a lot of deformities and a lot of like cloudiness in the glass. You can make things out, but you can't make any details out.
Theo will look over his shoulder just to make sure everyone's still in the actual carriage, and he hasn't like fallen asleep and travelled miles away.
Missed your stop.
Yeah. So you just see him like, literally like look over his shoulder, look at everyone, and look back in the same way he was originally
Like, you
looking
can see
back
that
at the
the
exit.
first thing you notice is that Estel's hair looks a lot better than it has done for the last month. Zabi's still sleeping. That doesn't seem to have moved. Nostriel seems to be kind of relaxing a little bit. Moen's holding on to an empty cup. And Dúlintrast seems to be sipping something out of another cup.
If there was a changing room, I would so use it too. But
Yeah, same, but I'm asleep.
And then Theo just turns back, looking at the exit again, just looking like he's fallen asleep again, but no, he's still pretty much be awake, just looking at the exit.
Looking at the exit door.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
there, hasn't moved.
Yeah, no. As long as it stays there, I'm good.
Hmm?
As long as it stays there, I'm good.
Yes.
You know, like when you stare at something but you don't really pay attention, that's what he's doing.
Yes, I know
Alright,
the
just staring
feeling.
at it. I mean, this carriage would be absolutely perfect for taking a road trip up around Middle Earth or something like that. But the only thing that seems to be lacking is entertainment. There's nothing in the way of music or.
I can be that entertainment.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You probably like wake up the cat.
I think Jade just realised why I was laughing there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
I'll probably be laughing at something else like, oh God.
So, you know, it's not perfect. It's not, but it's certainly better than Dol Guldur.
Definitely.
Okay, about an hour or so goes by, and carriage stops.
Zabi wakes up to the stopping of the carriage. Going, what? What?
Carriage stops.
Yeah. She wipes her eyes. Like, so, wait, are we here?
Wherever here is, you're here, yeah.
I've looked out the window, so what
Look
do
out the
I see?
window, it's fairly dark. You can see that there is something out there, but you can't tell exactly where it is. Apart from the information I gave you, you are near something like that.
Oh, we're closer.
Oh, you're much closer, yes.
I still can't see any buildings from.
You can't really see any buildings from the left or the right hand side. You're going to reposition yourself, but you can't see anything. You can see that there is there is an incline on the, as if you're facing the head of the carriage, like the front of the carriage. On the right hand side, you can see the ground rises up considerably, right? Like elevates up, and there's just trees and ferns and foliage and greenery. On the left hand side, you look out, you can see that there is a low wall, and then a flat green garden area, and then a couple of small buildings just I would say probably about 150 feet away from the carriage. A couple of small
While we
buildings.
stop, could I have a look at Nostriel, see if she's moving? Like,
She is, yeah, she's putting her boots back on.
okay, I will start moving as well then and start getting myself ready. It looks like she's preparing to leave, yeah?
She's putting her boots back on, yeah.
Yeah.
I get myself ready. I sit up and all like that.
Okay, she's just finished, like,
Theo sets off back and walk over to him and say, "Hey, Theo,
Hmm?
I want to try this thing called tea."
Yeah, I know it. The luxury.
It's like really, really yummy, and you should try it. It's nice.
Yes.
Uh,
Tea, good. Well,
Okay.
did you know there's multiple types of teas as well? Different flavouring.
I had some that was like a rose petal. It was yummy. You should try it.
Later. Another day.
okay,
Sorry if I
which will
keep
never
yawning,
happen.
but I'm yawning as my character as well.
As soon as Theo says he's going to do it another day, it'll never happen. That's the curse.
I know. I don't care.
Curse.
I don't care. I'm talking about tea.
okay,
Yeah.
Nostriel is ready, and
Bonjour.
there's a latch being drawn, and the door kind of pops open, and you can hear the step ladder underneath kind of swing out from underneath the carriage into
Right.
place. It locks into place, and the door is now open. Nostriel goes outside, and as it is fairly dark outside, It is snowing, but it's not blowing a gale.
Okay.
And she descends down a couple of steps onto the road.
Zabi gets off the seat and stretches like herself out. Basically, you know, when you're like waked up from a long sleep.
Yeah.
That you're stretching out the muscles and all that. So she's doing that, and then slowly follows Nostriel out of the door.
Okay, you follow Nostriel outside. Anybody else?
Theo will stay until the end.
Okay.
Let everyone go because he's going to tidy his mess up.
Actually, I'm going to wait until the end, so I'm going to outwait Theo.
You can try.
Right.
I went out first because I went after Nostril.
So it's just me and Din and Chaz and Morn left in there, yeah? Does Morn jump out?
Does Morwen jump out?
Estelle went out.
Morn is out.
Zabi went out.
She
Morwen
hasn't quite finished putting on her armor. She's well aware that she assumes that she's still within the borders of Lorien.
Yeah.
Where in Lorien, you don't know, because it's kind of... I don't know if it's dawned on anybody, but elves use comfort, and especially the elves of Lorien, and also in Rivendell and various other places, they'll use comfort as distraction. So you don't know which direction you've travelled in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try to keep my eye on the outside as often as possible.
Yeah.
Just to get a gauge how far we've...
You can gauge how... you could have driven around in a circle for the past 3 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no clue. Kind of, it's like, okay, we'll just put them in this carriage kind of thing. We'll blind them with luxuries and with things like that, with niceties, and make them feel good, and drive them around in circles for 3 hours. They could have done that. You do not know where you are, and that is deliberate. That is deliberate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's just the way the elves are. They will do that deliberately. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to be driven around for 3 hours in a circle. You're back when you started.
We know where
I would have felt if it started turning left and left.
You don't know.
And left and
yeah,
left.
but again, you don't.
I've seen that tree before.
Yeah, they all look.
It's the same tree.
I saw that tree. It was just.
Hey, it's that tree I saw 2 hours ago. And again.
You don't.
And again.
Again, you changes. The lights change and the weather changes as well. So again, you've gone from A to B. You don't know where B's at. You know where A was, but you don't know where B is. You are in Lost Lorien. You're not sure where you're at, but you have arrived at a what appears to be a single floor dwelling. It's quite large.
Single floor dwelling. Okay.
Yes, from the ground. Yes. In front of you, because who's waiting inside the carriage and who's not? Who's getting? Is anybody?
I was getting my stuff ready, and as soon as I finished getting my stuff ready, I put all my like the empty bowls back, and the empty wine bottle. I put that back, and then I take the other two.
Well, it's he's doing that.
How did I know he was going to do that? Sorry, Jai. Go on.
Sorry, no, that's okay. As he's doing that, I go over to the tea box and I take some tea.
Okay, how much tea are you taking?
I don't know. I'm just gonna take some tea.
Yeah, how much tea?
Like 2 handfuls or what?
2 sachets.
2 sachets of tea.
2 sachets of tea. Or like 2 pinches.
Well, a few.
A few.
A few pinches of tea.
How many?
5 pinches of tea.
There's 10 small little manicure packs of like jars of tea.
I am going to take at least 5 of them.
5 jars?
No, 5 of the little, smaller versions of them.
Yeah, they're just pinches. They're just jars. If you can imagine like a small little like a small little cream jar, like a skin cream jar, like a manicure jar thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a small one of those, and there's 10 of those, and each one is a different shade.
Well, I'm going to take 5 of them.
You're going to take 5 teas, okay.
I'm going to take half of the load.
What can I say? He was intrigued.
Okay, you take 5 jars of tea.
Yes.
Oh dear.
5 bottles of tea.
5 jars of tea. Yes. Are you telling anybody else that you're taking these teas or not?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, I'm there, so I'll probably see him.
Yes, well, I don't care.
No, I've got no issue with you taking it either. So.
I'm taking these teas.
I've got no issue.
I'll take the chocolate jar. No.
I think they'd notice if a chocolate jar went missing.
You see Maureen come out of the chocolate jar.
Yeah, she came out with the chocolate. I came out with the tea.
I put one bottle in the bag, and I carry the other bottle.
Okay.
Okay, you're taking the bottles of wine here.
When I see Theo doing this,
yeah.
Theo, that's what it says. Is Theo taking the wine?
Yeah,
Okay.
I take both left bottles.
You
The
take
lighter
what?
one and the medium one.
The lighter one and the medium one.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
Theo's doing this? I turned to him and say, should we take anything else?
No, I'm just doing the drink.
Anything
You
else?
never know when you're going to need a drink.
Take all this stuff.
That's just Theo at the end of the day.
I'm actually going to be kind to Theo. I walk over to the chocolate jar and I take one out
Okay.
and I give it to him and say, you might like this.
And I eat whatever it is.
Okay, it's basically a strawberry that seems to be dipped in chocolate, like preserved it. It's got a slight sprinkling of brown sugar on the chocolate as well, like on the outer casing of the chocolate.
Why am I not surprised?
Oh.
Put the lid back on.
You put the lid back on. Okay.
I was thinking it's one of those round bonbons that taste like, I don't know.
No,
Never
but
mind.
You go out of character. You were going on about some type of Turkish delight or something like that. I don't know.
No, before I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what do I see outside? Because I'm outside.
Like I say,
Yeah.
outside you can see that there is a low-walled garden. Anyway, the carriage seems to have stopped at the end of a road. The road's about 20 feet wide. There's a double gate system in front of it, very low, very elaborately decorated wood, obviously. And in front of you is a single level, like single floor dwelling. But in front of it is a tiered garden that seems to be descending towards a lake shore, a very large lake shore. The buildings that you saw on the right hand side when you're looking through the windows seem to be some kind of like a stable block, or maybe some kind of place where carriages are stored or maintained. And to the side of that there is looks like guest quarters of some sort. Right on the end of the house is an octagon-shaped building, which has a very, very tall, elaborate elven-style dome.
I'm just trying to figure out
It's very
which.
quiet. It's very quiet. There is some snow, like laid on this area. There's snow obviously still falling, but the snow here seems to be falling much softer, much gentler. Most of it seems to be falling like it's descending into the lake. The lake is perfectly flat. It is really, really smooth. There's various like swans swimming like on the shore, either sitting on the shore, trying to keep warm, or swimming on the lake itself. There's nobody around. There's nobody around, but there is some kind of illuminated light system working in place. It is a huge building. Yeah, it's equivalent to the style and the layout of Rivendell, with the exception of it's not as tall.
Okay.
As I come out of the carriage thing, can I ask Nostriel which building is this? Is this the barracks or is this the other place?
She says this is you are here. This is Gladriel's villa.
Gladriel's villa.
Yeah. You can see this is like a garden that seems to descend down, and this is like the shoreline of the lake.
Okay.
As I said, there's a large octagonal building here, which has a large dome on it.
Yeah.
And then there seems to be some buildings off the side here, look like stairwell blocks or like craft centres, carriage repair, and a small little like building on the side of it here. And this ascends up into the mountains and into deep forests. And you're on this small like kind of roadway that ends in a double gate up ahead. It's a low gate, it's not a huge gate, it's not like a 10-foot gate or anything like that. It's about 4 feet gate, which can be unlatched and swung open, and the carriage can be rolled inside. And you're all stood outside at the moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, Nostrel, show us where to go.
Where to go?
If anyone's
Yeah.
greeting us, I
We
don't
gotta
know.
go inside. I guess we gotta go inside. She takes you through she walks up to the gate and through a little bit of sleight of hand, there's a latch kind of flicks open and one of the gates swings open. The other one stays in place. It's got a bolt that kind of locks it in place into the ground itself, into like a flat stone in the road itself. Opens the gate and invites you all to cross over into Galadriel's villa.
Pretty big for a villa.
So you all kind of cross over into this area here. You can see that this is an open courtyard. This area here is some kind of reception or waiting area. It's still outdoors, but it's actually undercover. You can see where the roof tiles are. And this is a path that descends down. It's a ramp that is descending down to the actual lake itself, onto a small lake where the swans are all sitting and all nesting. This here area is a huge open garden area, and there's lots of topiary bushes and some trees and various plants and things like that.
Right.
It goes under this walkway area. You can see this kind of walkway area. This is all open patio, flat paving stones. Okay.
Yeah.
And she, like I say, she kind of sets her way walking under here, where it says there's no snow. There's no snow. The snow has not settled under this segment.
Okay.
And she walks out again onto a snow-covered patio, around what appears to be some kind of square pond, and then under some kind of porchway, covered porchway.
Okay.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
We're following.
As she's walking,
Yeah.
I simply say, "Are we supposed to follow you?"
Yeah, be good.
Okay.
You can stay out here if you want.
I am not staying out here any second longer.
You can see that the driver's assistant to the carriage has got down, and it has gone into the actual caravan.
Okay.
Who's Nick the Tea?
Oh boy. Just come on. I'm following.
Yeah, we're all following.
Okay. You know,
You could have dragged all of us. We were all
you can drag all of us. Following, okay. This here is a very elaborate fountain. This is a covered walkway. This is all open flagstones, and I say this.
Which is a fountain, sorry?
Area 4 is a fountain. Yes, it's a fountain.
Wow, big fountain. Is it like a sprinkler fountain, or
It's
is
a
it like
sprinkler type fountain. Yes. There's a large pond there, and there's a large pond here. Yeah. So, as Nostriel walks up to, you can see these are windowed. These are windowed, and you can see all the way through from one side to the other. Okay, and this looks like some kind of a porchway, but it's a glass porchway. It's like a glass corridor, glass hallway kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. And as she approaches the doors seem to automatically open up, and Nostriel just walks inside.
I follow suit.
Okay. Anybody else?
I've been following Nostrel the entire time.
Yeah, no, I presume we're all following still.
Yeah.
Okay, you're all inside there. You can see that the door doesn't automatically open by itself. You can see that there is an actual porter there that opens the door, watches through the stone with the glass windows, and sees anybody who's leaving or approaching, obviously, and by custom and tradition opens the door for them. You're inside this lounge area, kind of like a waiting room. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like a lobby area, kind of a lobby area.
Yes.
Like I said, there is a door behind you. It's a solid wooden door, and in front of you, you can see there's a long corridor seems to stretch out, and it looks like it descends a little bit, like a small gradient going down, into a carpeted room, a very carpeted area, and it seems to be done in the same fashion and the same styles and the same luxuries as what's in the carriage. Dúlintrast, you look back outside and you can see that the carriage is being kind of like it looks like it's been taken off around the back of the building somewhere, like brought through the gates and actually wheeled around to the side. It's been taken like around the side of the building. So if it's been taken kind of like along this way.
Okay.
Nostriel asks you all to wait here. Again, there's a small little table. Like there's lots of comfortable chairs and lots of comfortable seats. The walls are like stained glass. They're stained glass walls. Again, you can see out, and you can see there's a garden. You can see that there's the fountains out the front. The area, the floor in this room is stone. There's a stone floor, but behind you is a door. It's a solid door.
Okay.
This door here, yeah. It's a solid door. It's got no windows in it, anything like that. No door latches, no handles, or anything like that. Kind of in that retrospect. And then down this way, you can see that it descends slowly, as if it's ramping down into a carpeted living area, some kind of carpeted living area, which is adorned in the same styles and the same luxuries as what you found in the caravan.
Right.
Is that where she wants us to wait, or is it where we are where she wants us to wait?
I guess you just wait there. The area you're in at the moment, there's some sofas there, some like not sofas but like benches kind of thing.
I'm sitting on the bench.
Design. And there's a cloak, like some coat hooks on the wall. There's a mirror. There is various pictures hanging up and things like that. And again, it's like a waiting room kind of thing. There is a table, and there is another bottle of the wine that you found in the caravan, and several very small crystal glasses.
I go and pour. You say there's several glasses.
Several glasses, several little crystal glasses. Yeah, there's about 10.
I go and pour 2.
Because we're on nice grounds, you might as well have slippers.
I'm
dirty with my fancy boots.
I go and pour 2 in. I give 1 to Maureen.
I'm sitting on the bench.
Put my slippers on.
I turn to the Hobbit and ask her if she would like a cup of this wine. It's like fruit wine. It's not strong or anything like that.
No, I'll pass.
Didn't Jazz?
I'm currently looking around at my surroundings and I say, yeah.
Okay, well, I hand him a cup then.
You hand him a small glass. It's here, go on.
And then I repeat the process and ask Estel if she wants one.
What?
Drink. Do you want a drink?
Oh dear.
One of these wine. It's like I don't know. It's like blackberry juice wine.
It's a dark wine. It's a dark liquid inside this in the bottle on the table.
Yeah, so I pour one for her and then I pour one for myself.
Okay.
So we've all got one except for the Hobbit.
Okay. It's this one is like a blackberry sherry.
Yay!
Blackberry sherry.
Yeah, Zabi doesn't feel comfortable about
like black sherry.
wines.
It's not really a wine, but it's kind of a wine, but it's a very dry, strong wine.
Yeah, she does. I'm just gonna say she's not comfortable with like any alcohol beverages.
But yeah,
so she tries her best to stay away because she needs a sharp mind. So
it's a black sherry.
I actually asked Estel. I say it to her in Syndrome. The following. So I'm going to send.
What the F are we doing?
Well, that.
I turn to Maureen and then ask her if she likes to drink.
She says it reminds her of something a dwarf gave her once.
Yeah, I had that same sort of feeling.
oh my god.
Yay!
No, well, I do the cheers thing to her. She did cheers and then I down mine.
Okay, you drink it. It is it's very strong, and it seems to be. It's kind of a drink that is deliberately put out for guests. It's something that the elves wouldn't. You would know the elves wouldn't typically drink this sociably amongst themselves. If any elves would do that anyway. But it is something that the elves put out for guests.
I sort of gathered that with the one in the carriage as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't see them drinking it. I see them more water and fruit drink.
And tea.
Well, so much.
Yeah.
I just drink and sit and say, where do you think she's gone?
Owen doesn't know where she's going. He said just to stay here. But if this is Gladriel's villa or Gladriel's house,
Maybe want to find Gladriel?
yeah, that'd be the first thought, I would imagine. I mean, we arrive here, we sign in, and we jump into a carriage and we drive for hours, and then we arrive here.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it would make sense. I mean, if Gladriel knew that we were coming, then obviously she would have put us here. So it would make sense if she foresaw this.
Possible.
Okay, you sat there for about 20 minutes. Again, it's like being back in Rivendell. Yeah, for those that were in Rivendell, you know, it was like
Different.
waiting.
There's no guards stopping me. Well, actually, I don't know. Is there any guards stopping me from leaving?
No, there's no guard stopping you from
there you go, it's
leaving,
different.
apart from the fact that you don't know you don't know where you're going.
No.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'm going, don't know where I am.
Yeah. Deception and misleading is the elves do it with luxury and with a different method. Same results, different methods.
Just can't. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for Sally's reply. Can't wait for Sally's reply here. I'm like desperate to see what she says to that.
But 20 minutes goes by. Nostriel comes back and she says that she has spoken to Gladriel and she requests some time with you.
With
All of us?
all of us?
No. And she turns to Estel and says, with you.
Just
Oh.
Yes. The rest of you, she'll be happy, Nostriel will be happy to show you a little bit of around the guest quarters and the guest areas. And then you can, there is a small, what do you call it, like guest house kind of thing.
Right.
I reply to Nostril very politely and say, well, that suits me. I'd rather have a bath before meeting the Lady Galadriel.
I think all of us
Just
can
not
use...
so not to offend her.
I don't think she wants to meet you.
Quite frankly, I don't care. But I was like,
Oh, yeah,
I'd rather not.
Well,
Dirty.
it
The
might
only
be-
thing really nice and clean is my hair because I brushed it.
Well,
Okay.
it
I was
would-
just
Yeah,
like
it's
making the
not
point. I'd rather
issue.
not stink when I meet her.
Yeah,
it would be a good idea to actually sort ourselves out first before actually...
Okay, so,
we-
yeah, Nostriel can... I mean, Nostriel will show the rest of you around some of the place, and take you basically and show you where you'll be staying.
Yeah.
Where you can freshen up. You can have a bath and a wash, and you can have things repaired and change your clothes and all that kind of stuff. The usual stuff, like when you were back in Rivendell, was like as per norm. But Gladriel has insisted that she sees
Estel.
Estel.
As is.
Yeah, well, I don't think
Right
she's
now.
that
Immediately.
I really don't think she's that cared about what you look like.
Immediately.
Like, she's well aware of what you've been through.
Okay.
And the information I did say was related to Estel as well, so...
I turn to Nostriel and say, look, do you need to take Estel somewhere now, or has someone got to come and meet her?
What you'll do is, if Estel waits there, and Nostriel takes you all to show you where you can get cleaned up and freshened up and all the rest of it, and then she'll return shortly.
Okay, do that.
Oh, so I stay here and wait.
You stay there.
I walk towards Nostriel. On the way towards her, I also pick up the bottle.
You what?
I pick the bottle and I fill my glass up
What
again.
do with all these bottles?
I said that to
I fill my
Dúlintrast
glass up
then.
and then I put it back down.
I said,
got it. I got it.
there you go. No, for now,
Oh,
because
You're not
got
going to have
told
it. If
to
you
stay.
want to do anything or say anything to anybody, especially to Nostriel, Nostriel will be out of communication, be out of contact for, like, after this moment. So, if there's anything you want to hand to her, or give to her, or tell her, now's the time.
Will we get new equipment?
Hey?
Or no, I'm just wondering because
you said you can get places to repair your equipment.
There is workshops and things like it. This is like Rivendell, but it's Rivendell the size of a country, so you might need to travel between one building and the next building.
Because I do feel like...
Yeah, they don't have artisans on site, but they have them in Lorien.
Because I do feel like it might be best for all of us to get new armor and weapons.
I pay no attention to that, and I'm waiting for Nostriel to show me where my quarters are. I want to drink. Me shitty underneath.
Estel,
Okay.
does anybody want to say anything to Estel, or do you want to leave anything for Estel, or give anything to Estel, or do you want to take something from Estel? You've got to do it now, because Estel is going to be taken to see Galadriel very shortly, and while you're all sorting yourselves out...
I say to Estel, why don't you... I say it in plain tongue. I said, why don't you give me some of your things, and I'll make sure that they're delivered off at your quarters.
I look at Dúlintrast feeling like, no.
No, I'd rather keep it to myself. Thanks.
Suit yourself.
I go over to Estel and hug her.
Oh. Okay, I'll give it back.
Okay.
And say to Estel, everything's going to be fine.
I'm sure.
She gives a smile to Estel and steps back from her.
I have a light smile. Light smile.
Okay. And do you want to say anything to Estel, or give anything to Estel, or pass any information? I can hear lots of typing, so...
Oh, sorry.
It's alright, no.
Oh no, it's not me. I finished typing, but I like if it's a dry conversation.
No, it's okay.
Actually, no.
I'm just saying
Right.
if you want to say anything, like don't say this or don't mention anything about that or anything like that. You know, like just say it now, because you won't have an opportunity to do that.
Nope, Theo just wants to go and get drunk.
I am not surprised.
I want to go.
I'm
He's
wondering
taking
if
two of
we
the glasses
whispered
as
those
well.
things. Do you think people would hear names? Because they would understand that.
What?
Jai.
What?
Because we spoken some things in...
It depends on whether the sound of the name is the same, because it might not be.
If you see someone's name and you're speaking in a different language, it's the same name.
Yeah, but because
Right?
it's because it's an elven language.
What do you mean?
Like if you say...
If they're talking in Elven.
Yeah, if you're talking in Elven, but you're saying a name like Nostriel, no, let's not use an Elven name to do this example. Say Aragorn or Gandalf or Theo or whatever. Would you just say that normally, even if you're speaking?
You can say Gandalf, but the elves kind of call him Mithrandir. Aragorn they call they don't say Aragorn. They call him Estelfae or something like that.
But like, what would you call like if you say Theo in?
But, like for Frodo, Frodo's always been called Frodo. He doesn't have a.
Yeah, so I assume it'll be the same if you say like Theo.
It's Theo. It's Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have an elf reference.
Mm.
Yeah. And those that have lived around the elves, I mean, that's why Aragorn's kind of got an elven name, because he's associated with Elrond and Arwen and that sort of thing. Gandalf, because of his status. But hobbits and Rohans, they just have one name they don't have. And that's what the elves call them. They're very short-lived, and they don't kind of give them complicated names or so many names to be referred to as.
And Zellie, if you actually read what I said, I didn't mention anyone by name. Neither did you.
Until when I'm staying here, and it's like oh.
Nostriel asks, are you ready?
Plus, what we were saying was out of context as well. So any names they did here, there was only a select few that would understand what we were saying.
And that's because everyone's leaving, and I'm just saying that to you. Because you said that to me.
I've already said to Mulwyn, like, I've sent Wispa to tell her. That's
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Now that's done. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Right. Fine. Okay. Right. You guys. I can close that now, can't I?
I'm alone. No here beside me.
You said they can do that, but it's something that they'll take into account anyway. That particular person.
Mm-hmm.
They would do that anyway. They would subconsciously. They'll probably do that. Estel, you are in the lobby waiting room area. In this kind of national park hotel villa. Okay.
I can't explore. I can't
explore. No, you can't.
Not yet. Anyway.
You guys are taken back outside. You're taken past the two fountains, the smaller one on the left and the larger one on the right. You're then taken to the right, and you walk past the walled fountain. It's a very nice fountain. It's got kind of like a statue of Nimrod stood with it's a smaller one than the one that's actually found what you could refer to as being on the borders of Lothlorien, but Nimrod seems to be pointing like arms stretched out towards the horizon in the statue that stood in the fountain. Looking what you can assume to be south, it stretches out over a huge lake. It is snowing, but looking up into the sky, there's no moon. But when you look down into the lake, there's a full moon in the lake.
Huh.
Is there clouds in the sky?
There's clouds in the sky when you look into the sky. When you look into the lake, there's no clouds.
So is it a reflection of what should be up there?
It's...
Can I ask Nostrel, is that a reflection that's supposed to be there then, or like is it mirrored in the?
Yeah, it's a it's a real-time image of the heavens, without the obstructions of the weather and the.
So it's some sort of magical.
It's a reflection of the heavens. Yes, a true reflection of the heavens. If you were in the Valinor, where there's no like clouds and rain and snow and it's just a clear, perfect, starlit night all the time, and that can be seen in the surface of the water at night. It's always a full moon as well.
That's pretty.
Okay. You're taking down here, and you can see that this is like a carriage station. Yes, and kind of workshops, and over the far side you can see the stables, which is where the horses that you use to pull the carriages. There's two carriages. Okay? Yes, they're identical in every means, and they're identical in setup and contents. Okay, you're then taken down into this small, this room here. It's kind of this building here, kind of thing. Room number 32. Nostriel goes through the door, and inside. Don't be under any illusion. This is not. You can see the scale here. These are quite large buildings.
Right.
About 10-15 feet across. This here is a lounge area, like a sitting room area. Yes, with windows that face out over the actual the stone terraced area and part of the garden. And then I said the small windows that face out onto a private garden. Yes, with a large tree in the centre of it, which gives lots of kind of shade. On the back of the carriage house, it's called the carriage house. Lovely, exquisite two pieces of furniture, very comfortable, very warm. There's a fireplace in there, and it's very, very pleasant. Yes, it's like a single, like a living room kind of dining room eating area. There's a kitchen in there as well, a small little kitchen, a kitchenette. Yeah. You can stay. Galadriel says that you can use this premises. She goes through the door at the back, and the door at the back leads into a communal kind of like bedroom sleeping area.
Okay.
There's a small little bathroom just to the side. Just the side of it, this room number here, this 34 one here. And then there's a back door that leads out onto a small little gravel path that leads to the dome, an open air elven dome sculpture building, and eventually the lakeside itself.
What's the bathroom like? Is it like a single person bath, or is it like?
It's not a group person bath. It's a single person bath.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be like
it's about 5.
It's going to be like Oriental bath where you have like a little wash.
No, it's not massive. It's not huge. There's a lavatory in there as well, so it's a bathroom lavatory. It's probably about 6 foot wide and probably about 10 to 12 feet long.
Okay.
Okay, so it's obviously so much better than the wharf rat or the longboat or anything or the longboat or anything like that. Which was just basically an outhouse. It is a bathroom, but it's a small, like, short-term visitor guest bathroom.
Okay.
Okay. There is adequate number of beds. There's 6 beds. And there is chests with clean clothes and shoes, slippers, and there's a small, like, stove in here as well, with a small chimney that rises up through the roof. With again another little copper kettle on there, which seems to be like full of water and boiling. There's wash bowls, there's mirrors, there's various manicure kits like that for brushes and combs and all that kind of stuff set out on nice.
Dirty shaving equipment.
She says the shaving equipment is in the bathroom.
Oh,
it's all been as soon as they got word of your arrival.
You're the man.
Well. You know when you signed the visitor book?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as soon as they got word of your arrival, what they did is they looked at the names, they analysed the names, and then they kind of like they got descriptions from the captain that was like on duty.
Yeah, the one who was firing us up.
Yeah, and they measure and the message on ahead. So in this area, in this small area, this has been reserved for you. Remember, this is Galadriel's private villa. And you have been made guests of in this small little part of Lothlorien. You can stay there.
Are we allowed to wander outside this building?
Yeah,
Are we allowed to go?
I don't know where you're going to go, but I don't know where you're going to go.
Well, I don't know, like the rest of the building, like stable.
You are. There's various areas. There's various areas. Like it's the usual common like law. If a door's locked, don't try to break it down. But you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's very much like Rivendell. It's just Rivendell was Elrond's house of social study, and he'd invite people to come to Rivendell to learn and to become artisans. Galadriel doesn't go in for that kind of thing. This is her private residence. This is where she comes for privacy.
Be respectful.
She comes for privacy. But you are guests, therefore you are extended the same traditions and honours and all that kind of stuff.
Then can I ask if we're going to have if there's anywhere we can get a meal, or do we have to cook it here, or?
There's a smaller kitchenette there, but there is a dining area, yes. If you want to sort yourselves out first, and then Nostriel, she says that she'll come and she will check on you guys, because she's got her own place here, she's got her own room, obviously.
Yes, no worries.
And she'll come and bring you to the dining hall, the dinner hall.
Okay, that's fair enough. I will literally go to one of the beds then, and I will start stripping down off my armour and that.
Yeah.
And then just placing that to one side.
Okay.
I
turn to Zabi and I ask Zabi more in.
Who's taking the bath first?
That's what I was going to ask. Which one of you two want to take the bath first?
Is Nostriel still present when we're deciding that?
Nostriel says that she's now returning back to Estel because she doesn't want to keep Galadriel waiting.
Okay.
You can. She hasn't any more questions.
Nostriel
any final questions?
leaves. Well, is Nostriel leaves?
Yeah. Has anybody got anybody got any final questions for Nostriel before she goes?
Well, how do we get the water?
Oh, there's taps. There's taps. Yeah. The stove is it's got a small boiler built into it, and in this room kind of does the plumbing and the heating for this block, this small block.
More modern than your place.
This place, my place?
Yeah.
The King Under the Hill place.
Where we had to get a wheelbarrow with water and bucket it into the baths.
That's probably why I was asking who brings the water.
I think for Zabi, she's still like caught up of this whole thing, so she doesn't know what to think at the moment.
Okay.
The bathroom situation, though, she looks at Morwen.
You can sort that out. She's got to get back. She's going.
Okay.
As she leaves, I think I don't silence the group, but I kind of make note and say, don't you think Nostrel is it's kind of strange that she has her own personal quarters here, and her name sounds familiar.
I don't
Do you
know.
not think?
What,
Could
Nostrel?
have asked her.
Well, I don't want to inconvenience her.
But you'd rather inconvenience us?
Yeah.
Inconvenienced us.
It's an observation. I'm just wanting to see if you guys share it.
No.
That never came across my mind.
Oh.
Don't trust imagining things.
What was number 5 here? What's all this out here, sorry?
What? Sorry, it's a garden area. This is like this is stone flags. See, this is stone flags. This is high wall area, and there's a small fountain here, and there's some steps going down, and then some steps going down again. This is like an outdoor burner, and this is grass, and these are bushes and trees and things like that. But then this is a wall, and there's a small gate at the far end. This is you know those elven open like bandstand things, like domes on them.
Alright, so I make my way to there then. I'll take my arm off.
It's like an outdoor. Most elven homes or elven residences have some kind of place where they can do some solitary, some meditation, some quietness.
Perfect.
Okay.
I was going to say, but even though Theo just went straight out the door.
If you're still talking,
I'm gonna say no. This line here. Oh, no, this line here. That's the water's edge.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that's the water. That is the water's edge. Okay.
I was going to say, whoever needs it first, I would say them go first because I'm going to be last. Because for me, I feel like I'm going to take a longer in there.
I think you probably should go first, and you spent so long in
Dumbledore.
So why don't you go first instead, and everyone else can just wait until you're finished.
Okay, but don't blame me if I take like, I don't know, maybe an hour or two in there.
An hour or two. I'll be kicking the door
Take as
in.
long as you need. And then I walk out back. I presume this is the back door here.
There's a back door that leads out into
It
the
is
garden,
this bit here.
Yeah. I go to the back stand.
So I will do that then. I put like all of my equipment on one of the beds. Take some spare clothes that were in was it that clothing chest thing or something?
Yeah, it's like a coffer kind of thing, just like a wooden box.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave things in it, but there's also an assortment of garments and shirts and trousers and like socks and slippers. And
are they my size?
No, the slippers definitely will not fit you. They're yeah, hobbits have a tendency to have like size 10 feet.
So feet are a no-go, but the clothing?
The clothing's fine, yeah. There's an assortment of different types of like shirts, waistcoats, and trousers and things like that.
Yeah, I take some of the clothing with me to the bathroom and go straight there.
Okay. I mean, they are literally just shirts, waistcoats, garments, dresses, or something like that. There's
yeah, they're going to be my change of clothes.
There's
basically.
not a massive variety in style, so if it doesn't suit you, it's kind of like just put up with it for now because we'll sort it out later.
Anything goes with Zabi, so.
Don't trust. What are you doing? Morwen's getting herself sorted out.
I just kind of nod to Morwen, and I go out into the gardens.
What, you following? Okay, you're in the garden again. There's snow down, the snow on the hedges, the snow on the trees, and the snow falling on the lake. It's not heavy as hell, but the strange thing is, it is a cloudy as hell sky, and you can tell it's a cloudy as hell sky, but you can still see the moon and stars when looking into the surface of the lake. It's not a perfect mirror, but I mean, it obviously ripples and moves. Yes, there's various ducks and swans kind of like park themselves up along this embankment here, and some of them are swimming around. And as they're swimming around, you can see they do create a wake, and that does bend and distort the image of the stars and the moon and the rest of it. But as Nostriel says, it's a live representation of the night sky, but it never changes. It's always the same. It disappears at dawn. It disappears, like it just vanishes, becomes normal again. But at night time, it shows you the night sky as with a full moon every night.
Okay. I just sit down and watch the swans and whatnot passing by.
Yeah.
You sitting down next to me, or are you just sitting down on the grass?
The snow.
Oh, snow. Oh, I'm gonna have a wet boom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just. Well, I might be sitting down next to you. I don't say anything if I do. You know, I just sit down and watch them.
Okay.
That's fine. I have 2 glasses, by the way, I picked up from that table.
And 3
I've also,
bottles.
and I've got I've got one of the bottles with me, so I fill both glasses up and I just slide one over to Dúlintrast and I continue drinking while sitting here in quiet.
Okay.
I'll take a sip.
Yeah. So this is an open air outdoor octagonal kind of dome building, meditation.
It's got a roof, isn't it?
It's got a roof on, yeah. It's got a domed roof. You'll have seen loads of them all over, like Elven cities and things like that. They're not unfamiliar. But there is kind of like stone seats, which you can sit on. It's not warm, but it's not cold either. Okay, that's the night air in general. But it's not snowing. Obviously, under here there's no snow.
Can I ask if my trousers are dried off now, because it's been a whole day?
Yeah, they are dry. They're not bone dry. They're not completely dry.
But I'm not like feeling like the frozen
But
cold.
they're not soaking wet. Yes.
I'm not freezing my
Your
giblets
socks
off
took the
anymore.
worst of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Your feet are going to be wet and all soggy.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah, I take my
wrinkly
boots off and I take like my socks off then as well.
Okay, that's fine.
I just leave them outside to want air underneath the bandstand so they don't
can
get any more
smell.
wetter.
Estelle.
Now Gladriel's place will smell like feet.
Yep.
Well, that's why you did not realise that you are kept all the way out here near the carriages and the stable.
I'm well aware. I've got no issue with that.
Yeah, go stink over there.
No, I will turn to Dúlintrast and I
There's
say,
this
we
big
saw those
stench
2
that
carriages.
points out
There's
in the
more tea
garden."
bags in there.
Tea bags.
Tea sachets.
Loose tea. It was a loose tea.
Loose bottles of tea.
Yeah.
Why do I get the feeling that Dúlintrast is going to be a tea addict by the end?
Estelle.
I'll kill you for some tea.
Nostriel has returned. She says she's just set them up in the guest quarters out by the lake. She explains that they're just sorting themselves out, they're changing their clothes, they're getting themselves freshened up, they're having to share a bathroom, but this is a private residence after all, and it's not a hotel.
Oh, okay.
She says, are you ready to meet Gladriel?
No.
No.
But it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Okay, she takes you down this short corridor. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can see this is a well carpeted kind of, it's a very richly furnished and designed living room. Some of the objects in this room, some of the paintings, are from the early First Age, and they are like, if you took all the wealth of Middle Earth, you wouldn't be able to afford one of them. Okay?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They are incredibly expensive, priceless
Glad I swapped
relics.
my slippers then.
Priceless relics in this living room.
I'm not dirtying with my boots.
Some of Nostriel points out, and she says that Gladriel remembers that being painted as a child.
What's the painting of? What?
The painting is it's a scene. It's kind of like a misty, foggy, rainbowy white scene of swan ships coming through the mist, arriving at a harbour, and it's from the early first age of when the elves kind of like departed Valinor and arrived in Middle Earth.
Right. Okay.
Okay, somebody immortalized it like in an oil painting. Yeah, it's just if you want to put a value on it, you wouldn't be short of a couple of million gold pieces.
Nice.
Okay, but yeah, some of the objects in this room are from the objects that Galadriel's collected over the centuries. Okay.
Okay.
She takes you down this corridor here. It's a very long corridor. It's a very narrow corridor, though. The room to your right is a kitchen area.
17 of it. What? Right?
Right. I'm just. Okay. I just wondered what that message was. It was Lisa and Beta back. Sorry. No. Yeah. This room here. This room here.
Yeah.
It's a kitchen area.
Right.
It's a kitchen area. Yes. Okay.
My right.
This is kind of like a balcony. This area is like an open air balcony kind of thing that looks out over the garden area and over the fountains.
Mhm.
Yes. The room to the left is Nostriel's.
Okay.
It's Nostriel's apartment residence kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And like I say, it's going to join in the bathroom and all the rest of it. Then it comes out onto a small little kind of like day room area. Not very big. It's like a study area, but it's a shared communal study area. A bit like a porchway kind of thing, but it's higher up. Similar to what it was like in Rivendell. You know, when you're walking through Rivendell, you felt as if you were higher up, like on the second floor, when you're actually still on the first floor.
Yeah.
Just because of the tiering of the mountains and the way it was built.
Mhm.
Very, very similar. Just seems to be a little bit smaller, that's all.
Right.
Yeah, again, you're working on very elaborately, intricately woven carpets. And all these unlike Rivendell, all the windows seem to have curtains.
Okay.
Okay?
Velvety curtains.
Velvety curtains, yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
So keep going down the corridor. Go past this small little open area kind of thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then you come into like another kind of like living room, sitting room area, but this is like a mini representation of the Hall of Fire when you were back in Rivendell.
Right.
You remember that? Like there was a very large open fireplace. And there was lots of big sofas laid around and lots of big elaborate like fleeces and blankets and things like that. And there's a small little drinks area, small little bar area. This is very, very similar to that. At the back of this is a storeroom. Yeah.
Mhm.
At the back of that is, she explains, there's a storeroom. It's just where they keep things like food and wine and supplies and things like that, and it all seems to be shelved and wrapped up in there. Yeah?
Mhm.
She says your room is at the end of the corridor.
My room.
Your room is at the end of the corridor, yeah, here.
Okay.
Yeah, your room is at the end of the corridor. Yes. And straight ahead, this is a small little like lavatory washroom. Yeah?
Mhm.
Straight ahead through this door. If you notice, he didn't come through any particular doors, and he just seemed to stop at a door.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
Galadriel's room, chamber, and study.
Okay.
Okay, she'll wait for you inside.
I just go in.
Yeah, you go in.
Shall I leave my stuff in that room then? Or
Best not to keep her waiting.
shall I just leave my stuff in my room and then go in?
It's up to you. It's up to you. But like, yeah. What do you want to do? Do you want to?
Can I just drop the backpack in the room then? If that's supposed to be my room, I'll just put that in there and go into Gladriel's room.
Yeah, you can go around there and you can see that this is a very large open plan living room, bedroom, kind of bathroom, all in one. Yeah, there is a fireplace at this end, you can see it, yes, with a kitchen stove, with a fireplace and all that kind of stuff on it, yes.
Yeah.
Again, more little copper pans and copper kettles and stuff like that. There is a wardrobe with various garments hanging in it, elven garments obviously, beautifully decorated. And again, this room holds some relics and some images and some connection to history from the early First Age. Beautifully decorated.
Well, I just dropped my bag as soon as I walk in the door and put it on the side there.
You open the door. Like I said, everywhere you walk through hasn't had no doors at all. You come through this one, it's got a door on it. And you open the door and it smells as if you're back in Rivendell. That lavender smell.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just drop my bag near the door and close it again.
You drop your bag near the door and come straight back out into this small little mini corridor. Head your way back into this, like, I would say like a private living room thing, like the Hall of Fire relaxation room. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you're stood outside the door to Gladriel's chambers, private chambers.
I'll open the door. Oh, I knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door.
Just as a polite gesture, and I open the door.
You knock on the door and you hear somebody say, "It's open."
I open the door.
You open the door and you can see inside there is probably the most beautiful, decorated, elven simplicity. If you took like a high-rise penthouse apartment decorated in piano white, ivory white, all the furniture is like that, and then it's minimalistic.
I don't want to dirty that. It's going to show off easy. You could tell if I walked in.
It's minimalistic, yes, and the whole chamber is illuminated in white. Just light, just illuminated in light. It's like it's not dark. Everywhere else seems to be dark or is illuminated by fires and flames and things like that. This room seems to be like just self-illuminated in light. It's not a blinding light either. It's like a lunar kind of blue moonlight.
And Gladriel's in there.
Gladriel's in there, yeah.
Saying, what is she doing?
She stood at the moment. You can see that she's coming. This is a balcony which she occasionally goes out and stands on and just looks up at, like, when it's a clear night, looks up at the stars. And she seems to have just come back in off this balcony. She can see directly towards you, just across this minimalistic, open chamber.
I don't know what to say. I'm just like...
Okay. She asks you to come inside.
I do.
Okay, you go inside. Close the door.
Should I close? Yeah, I was going to close the door.
You close the door, and as you close the door, you can see Nostriel just looking back at you, and then just before the door closes, you can see her walking off back down the corridor, and then you just close the door.
Okay.
Alright, guys. What's everybody else doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to end it.
No.
I was like, no, don't do that yet.
Tender hooks.
Oh, come on, guys.
End it too.
I
No.
love this.
Well, me and Theo are, well, I can't speak for Theo, but I'm still watching the swans and whatnot going past.
Yeah,
I'm out there resting, drinking still.
Yeah, they're
Oh my
drinking.
god.
What I'm doing. I'm having a good night's sleep later on.
Oh, you're going to sleep well, don't worry.
Oh my god.
You still bathing, Zabi?
Yes.
Hurry up, there's other people who need to use the bar.
There'll be more in next update.
You can imagine this being played out. Like, come on, come on, Zabi, get out that bathroom. And
banging on the door of the bath, going,
Dúlintrast and Dúlintrast and Theo outside getting completely smashed while this very important conversation is taking place on the other side of the house.
I don't know if I can get smashed with this sort of drink though, but I'm going to try.
You can try to drink enough of it, yeah.
Well, I did say for Zabi that she might be in there for an hour or two.
Yeah, it's fine. I really don't think it's...
We're only painting a picture of dysfunction and whatnot that doesn't actually exist.
Well,
he's having a nice, relaxing sit. No worries, nothing. Just sit, drinking.
Yeah, it's complete contrast
chilling
to...
He's chilling out, man. He's in his, like... It's almost like he's been smoking something, but hasn't.
Anything. It's like me and Theo are having a nice, calm watching of the swans. Mulwin's probably the one banging on the door. Will you bloody hurry up? I need a bath.
Does she?
No, she's
It's too regal for that.
But no, she's putting her armor away.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't see the point of. There's obviously no need for her to wear armor in a place like this.
Yeah.
However, she is whinging and complaining that the clothes that they have put out for her are in her terms a little poncy. Elven fashion's a little poncy for Mulwin. She likes the rough and the rugged kind of practical stuff, not
baggy clothing.
These thin silks with and she doesn't wear a dress. So you can imagine the conversation going on, and she's saying this as if somebody's actually listening. Yeah. She's like, I'll never fit into this. How the hell am I going to fit into this? This is not my colour. This.
Zabi probably hears all that.
Yeah, I will probably hear all that.
You can hear all that. Yeah, it's just.
Can me and Theo hear this?
No, you can't quite hear it. But if you do come back inside, you'll hear her just going on about elven fashion being poncy and not practical, and yeah, I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that kind of.
Well, I just say too, more through that whole fiasco that she's having. Well, I never complained. I've been traveling for most of my life, so don't start complaining and bitching about the types of clothing what other races wear. Just be glad that you got something.
Well, yeah.
I feel like
what
that.
she says, she's just elven fashion is just, something that's not real.
Just in her taste.
Just, yeah. She's saying,
I have this love and hate.
Take for example, this purple dress. Yeah? That would serve no camouflage properties whatsoever.
But are we actually going somewhere?
Well, we don't
at
know,
the moment.
Well,
no, we're just relaxing for the time being. So try and relax a bit for yourself. At least that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, she's relaxing. She's relaxing. It's just, she's been stuck. She hasn't had a change of clothes since Middlesbrough.
She's dirty.
I can't remember the last time when Theo got changed.
No, that's not true. Well, actually, yeah, it is.
Well, I haven't had much of the change of clothes since...
Rivendell was my last time I changed.
When was the last time you had a bath?
Rivendell.
Well, technically that's not really true.
Proper bath with soap.
You fell in the Anduin, so you stink a little less than what you would if you hadn't.
I've been in 2 rivers since then, so don't worry.
Yeah. If anyone should be worried, it should be...
Oh, no. Actually, the last time I had a bath would have been in Under the Hill, King Fanrin.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
You're in the mountain.
Yeah.
That was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably due for another one.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Well, the last proper change of clothes or washing myself or whatever was before going in Dúlintrast. Wasn't very happy there.
No. Morwen admits this place has got a little bit more class than Dúlintrast.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Though,
warmer for starters.
Yes, though I guess I did panic quite a lot while I was in there. When you guys found me, I mean. I just wanted to get out of that place as soon as possible with you guys with me.
Well, you need these guys with you, yes.
Well, I feel like having companions is a really nice addition, you could say. I mean, I've been traveling mostly alone. I met a couple of people, but never teamed up because I did my usual thing. But it's nice to have companions.
Yep.
Yeah, chilling out, waiting, you know. What I might do is I might go and have a look at the stables.
Okay.
Aren't you drunk?
He wants to get
Not
high
drunk.
on horses.
Not drunk, I'm just going to head over that way. I'm going to go head towards where the caravans
I'm
were.
actually surprised he's not drunk.
Well, I'm going to go to the caravans first, the ones we saw that when we arrived.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's like carriage. These are carriage areas.
Yeah.
The stables are down the side, and there's various other kind of like stable supplies and things like that around, as well as like wood, log.
I go for a little wander around that area then.
Okie dokie. You go for a little wander around that area. Dúlintrast, what are you doing?
I am going to continue to sit and watch this one because I'm enjoying watching this one.
Okay, Zabi's still
I leave my bottle with him.
Okay, leave a
I
bottle
take
with
my
him.
glass.
Right. Zabi's still on the bath. Morwen's still wondering how she's going to fit into this dress.
Breathe in.
Suck it all in, love.
Okay, Estel.
Yeah.
You are awkwardly silent in the
Yeah.
presence of Galadriel.
Pretty much.
Probably the only, well, not maybe the only, but one of the oldest people in Middle-earth.
Yeah.
The grandma.
Very beautiful grandma. The sexiest grandma you ever meet in your life.
Wow, that's gone a bit
That
weird.
was coming.
Still goes weird.
Hey, sexy grandmother. Look at that.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, you can see, you can tell from the chambers that it radiates kind of like a lunar moon, like blue glowy kind of thing. It's very minimalistic and it's very clean and spotless. There's not much in the way of belongings in this room. Most of it seems to be spread out through the rest of the house. Zellie colouring in. Okay.
Ignore me. Continue. I was
I'm
listening.
gonna say, yeah.
My room.
She says she looks at you, in the state you're in, and
So
kind of
you
just
could have cleaned up before you came to me.
you can't tell if she's inspecting you or examining you, or whether you meet up to standard or what.
Judging you.
But it just seems to be just.
She's
looking at
judging
you.
me in Elvish.
Is there anything you want to say or do?
Stel's like, I don't know. In her head, what to do.
So yeah, you stood in this chamber. Some things I'll mention, some things I'll say. Other things that
too spoilery.
too spoilery, but also that you can share this information with whoever you decide to share the information is. But she does caution you and says, you know, like obviously be wary of who you consider to be a friend and who you consider to be trusted.
She says that.
Yes. She guesses that you probably have lots of questions.
Yeah, probably.
Not exactly what I thought she was going to say there, but
Exactly what I thought she was going to say.
I'm
Do
starstruck.
you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask her? Anything you want to say? She recognises that obviously you must be tired. She said, "Did you enjoy your journey here?"
Oh. Uh-huh.
normally she doesn't travel by carriage, but it seems to be a tradition that a tradition and style that seems to be disappearing from the world these days. Everybody's always in a hurry to be able to get from A to B on horseback, and although Galadriel used to do a lot of riding in the past, she kind of like has passed on that now, and she prefers to watch the world go by.
Yeah, I guess there's a sort of relaxing time to have if you just sit back for a while.
Yeah. Anything you want to ask her? Anything you want to ask her? Her time here is not going to be for long, obviously. She understands that you have a task to complete.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, we've been through.
She knows exactly what you've been through. She knows exactly what you've been through.
Do you, see?
There's another peeping Tom.
Do you, in what sense? Does she see what things?
Yeah, aware in a sense,
from
like
time to
visions
time,
and.
Yeah, she does from time to time. She says yes from time to time. Sometimes she sees things. Usually it's relevant to the importance. So in other words, if it's something that's really, really important, then she will see visions of that. And its importance to the world in general. Yes? She can't obviously pick somebody out of the crowd and say, I wonder what you had for breakfast or anything like that. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. So, since that, you wanted to, you kind of singled me out of the rest of my group for very good reason, right?
Yeah,
that
she knows why you're here.
seen.
She knows
Okay.
why. She knows why you're here. She knows why you're here. It'd be easy just to, instead of just just meet her head on and just say it, or type what you want to actually ask her, and then she will answer it. She's not a one to keep secrets from those who are not afraid to ask. But if you don't ask, then the way she sees it, if people are not wanting to run the risk, then they don't deserve a reward, kind of thing.
It's just where to start, really.
Well,
So
let's
I
start
don't
with what
know.
we want to start with, because this will probably be going backwards and forwards, because I've got to get Zabi out the bathroom yet. And
So, I guess I can ask first, since you was around, are you where with because there's obviously this kind of, I guess in a sense, a war going on between two sides or whatever, and from our trip while coming before here in Dúlintrast, and finding information that some of the people of the evil side, rather, wanting documents.
they're looking for proof.
Proof of what?
They're seeking. They're looking for evidence. They're looking for proof of the existence of something that was once lost.
An item or a person? Okay. What would they gain from knowing that?
She says it would be better to fully understand connecting the dots. She goes over to a single stone like chest, small chest. It's white porcelain, but it's matte. And she lifts up the lid, and inside is a crushed blue velvet interior.
Blue.
She takes out a small little scroll. It's got a blue ribbon tied around it with a kind of like... It's weird because it's a wax seal, but it's actually gold.
Gold wax seal.
Yeah. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's got some kind of symbol on the wax seal. It's a symbol that you've never seen before or you don't recognise. And she says, this document, which has been guarded for centuries, well, not for centuries, but it's been guarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and amended and added to, passed down through the ages. This document will shed new light on the questions that you're wanting to ask.
Shall I take it?
Yeah, you want to take it?
I take it.
You take it?
Yeah.
She says in it, before she hands it over, she kind of holds onto it just for a second as you just put like one hand on it. She says in it is things of the past and things of the present and things of the future. Just prepare yourself for what doors it might unlock.
Okay.
Okay, she hands you the document. It's still got the ribbon around it, the blue ribbon with the gold wax seal on it.
I also want to ask, since you've given me this.
You're just holding it at the moment.
Yeah. Because I seen the library with loads of records. I'm assuming there's a lot more stuff there as well about the past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm. There is, yeah, but this is the first document. This document will explain in no uncertain terms the reason why things have come about and the importance of matters. If you want to search the library afterwards, if you feel as if you can, like, you want to do, there's something you need to be able to do,
Mm-hmm.
then she will take you to the Hall of Records.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So once you understand, once you actually break the seal and read this document, the information that's inside this document isn't necessarily all the answers. You still need to search for more.
Mm-hmm.
But she warns you to be cautious about who you speak to about the contents of this document.
Of course. Since this is so sensitive, once I've read it, can I give it back to you?
She has no need for it. Once that seal's been broken, the secret is out. It's up to you then to decide on whether the world should receive the secret or whether it should remain a secret.
Okay.
Are you opening the document?
Yeah. I crack the seal. Oh man, I have to click a link, man.
Okay, while Estel is kind of like fumbling with breaking a wax seal.
Oh, holy crap.
You guys... Zabi?
Yes, I'm done. I'm done wearing fresh new clothes. And I have cleanly sorted my hair out as well.
Okay, Dúlintrast, you are still outside watching the ducks and the swans.
Yep.
Morwen has given up all loss of hope of trying to put a dress on.
I knew that was coming.
I look at Morwen and just sarcastically go, "Oh, you look nice."
Yeah, she says that's it. She's not wearing it.
Zabi, if I were you, I would be very careful because Morwen could probably kill
So
me.
you come out the bathroom and Morwen goes in and realizes like the mess you have made in the bathroom. There is bubbles everywhere, all over the walls, the floor.
I just look at Morwen going, "Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't had a bath for ages, so..."
It's like it's like there's water everywhere.
My bad.
Theo,
Yes.
you are made it to where you can see there's two parked carriages. There's the one you actually came in on. It looks like it's been serviced, like a cleaning crew is going through it.
Alright. I continue walking past. I don't stop.
Oh!
I didn't think I would be that messy in the bathroom. Really?
Go towards where the stable is, should be.
Yeah, you're heading across the open courtyard. You can see that this is kind of like a workshop. There's nobody working there at the moment, but there's a small blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like just for horseshoes.
Like
and
horseshoes,
stuff yeah,
yeah.
there's like a tannery as well for doing leather and strappings and stuff like that. You know, anything. There's a cartwright, you know, for doing like cart repairs, like carpentry. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
It's not a gemsmith or anything like that, or silversmith. It's more for actually maintaining and running the cart service that brings guests to Galadriel's private villa, or takes Galadriel to important events or to meetings and that sort of thing. Yeah?
No worries.
Okay, you make your way across. You can see that there's a doorway leading into the stable area.
Okay.
Yeah. You go through the doorway and you can see that the first door on the left hand side is a gear room where they keep the saddles. They keep them well, like, oiled and polished. Yes?
Okay. So this room here, number 30.
Yes, number 30 is where they keep the riding gear themselves. Saddles, not only for the carriages, but also for horses, for the messengers as well. Sometimes Galadriel would like to send out messengers.
Can I check to see if is it a door or is it a doorway?
It's a door.
Can I see if the door opens?
The door opens, yes.
Okay, I close it again and just continue walking towards the horses.
But yeah, you can see there's saddles and reins and strips and all kind of stuff in there. Carrying down, you can see that these are open stalls. These are where the horses, they are the horse stables.
Cool, and I just walk down and look at the horses.
Walk down, you look at the horses. You can see that there's like 2 horses in each stable. They're quite widely spaced apart. They're about 10 to 15 feet apart.
Yeah. Are they what sort of like colouring are they all? Or are they all like the same colouring?
Oh no!
The what?
Are they all the same colouring of horsing?
Pretty much, they're like white. They're like, I would say similar to the white horses that you came in on, and the carriage has been drawn by. And to describe them, they are, if you can imagine, like, there's like 10 copies, like facsimiles of Shadowfax in front of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. At the end of the corridor, no, at the end of the corridor, there's a door.
I'll go to the door.
It's got written on it. It says Stablemaster.
I knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and a Sindar elf opens the door, and he's actually the Stablemaster, and he lives and works inside this small little room. I'd say small room. It's about 20 feet by 20 feet. And as I say, he lives and works and looks after his horses, and he lives right next door to them.
Okay. Well, as soon as he opens the door, I say, "Oh, hello." You just like this up. Am I assuming he's a stable master, or has he said he's a stable master?
It says on the door. It says Stablemaster.
But wouldn't it say
it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be in Western. It'd be in Sindar, wouldn't it not?
How the fuck did I put my fucking note? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, he explains he's a stable master and he lives and works there. Yes.
I want to ask him how he runs his horses and how he gets some exercise. Where's he go? Because in Rivendell, when I went and saw the horses, they had a massive pasture on the back of the stable hand, and they used to take them out and let them run.
What was that?
I want to
Oh, that's right. I want to listen to Zellie going and all this kind of stuff.
Sorry, I banged on my mic, so I didn't know if I ruined everything. Sorry.
Go on.
I want to ask him how he keeps his horses well met, and how he runs them out for the day and all that. Because back in Rivendell, I explained that when I went to Rivendell, I saw the horse stable, and at the back of the horse stables, there was a big, huge field for the horses to go out and run on. And as far as I can see, we're in an estate here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know how he keeps them.
He doesn't keep as many as they do in Rivendell. Obviously, they keep up to 60 in Rivendell. He only keeps about. He normally keeps between 8 and 10 here at any one time. Obviously, he's got more tonight because we've just arrived. So yeah, he usually keeps about 8 in here, and they're usually sent out daily for messengers. Galadriel usually sends out between 4 to 6 messages a day to different locations. So these horses, they'll just be here for tonight, and then they'll be sent out again in the morning, and then there'll be some ones that come in tomorrow morning, which will rest there for tomorrow night.
All right, okay. Does he know anywhere that I can? I guess it's pretty getting late now, but does he know of anywhere that I can travel to get rations and prepare for me to go back home, sort of thing, for leaving? Where can I stock up on stuff?
There's a market in the centre of Lorien, North Lorien, a huge marketplace. It's like a city centre, but obviously we don't bulldoze trees down. They don't bulldoze trees down. What they do is they work around the trees.
Yes.
But there is a central market area, yes. And there's an assortment of there's various other places as well. Lorien is a big place, and it's made up of smaller buildings, like work areas, that you can travel to. These buildings are like small towns, more or less.
I mean, how would I travel to them? Would I need to book a horse through you to borrow one for travelling, or do we get a taxi service?
A carriage. If you're guests of Galadriel and you're under the protection of Lothlorien, then a carriage service will take you to where you need to go to, but it won't be ready until tomorrow.
No, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere now. I just wanted to know, just in case I have to shoot off.
A taxi service. It's like having a chauffeur for the day.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the modern day equivalent of what it would be like.
No worries. And I will leave you to your night's work, and I will head back out.
Okay, you head back out. Estel. Lots of oohs and ahs.
That usually means a sign of trouble.
I want to say something, but I can't.
You can type it.
Type it, you can.
Type it.
No, just in general,
Oh my god!
I already knew half of it, but
yeah, so
one or two things I was oh, you know. And then I got confused in the second, and I was like, wait, can that happen? And then I was trying to find my notes on the of things, and then I was like, oh, maybe it can happen. Whoops.
Oh my god.
Whoops. I don't think the guys want to hear you say whoops.
That was true, actually.
Would it be the first time, so don't worry.
No, I'll say whoops for everything.
Whoops.
Whoops, I now know. Whoops.
Okay, anything you want to ask?
I think I had a question while you were talking with it and others, but I think I've lost it. What was I going to say?
Could be your only opportunity.
Zellie mumbles to herself crazy shit. I don't know what to say now because I just read that Wait. Oh yeah. I think I know what I was gonna say. I don't know.
Okay.
Sheer panic has now taken hold of Estel.
Oh God, no.
Still, come watch the swans. Nice one.
But like, what?
What was that?
Well, that answers some questions.
50 million questions now just from one sheet of paper.
Well, not 50 million, but there's a simple question I want to ask after. But one, don't have a mental block. Don't have a mental block. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that to myself. I'm having a mental block. Because I want to... Maybe I'll get rid of the second question, because I know why I want to ask the second question.
Your future and your existence rides on these questions, by the way.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
It's just for me, for Zabi, she just feels like... She doesn't want to say it out loud, but she feels like she wants to speak to her. Galadriel. She wants to speak to her.
You will get an opportunity.
Everybody's going to get ample chance.
I think everybody get an opportunity. Just, at the moment she wants to speak with Estel because she's just dropped an atomic thermonuclear bomb on her.
Well, not a nuclear bomb, but it's like part of it was just the penny drop. The mic drop.
The mic drop.
Okay.
Steps away. Deal with it.
Deal with it. Oh, it gets better. Don't worry,
okay.
It gets better.
You found it?
Number one.
Yeah.
Because I asked Nostro a bit about this. But number one.
Yeah. Number one.
What?
4 hours
Would...
What?
Number one. 4 hours later.
What would...
You're typing this?
I guess I'll type it.
Type it, yeah, because you're going to take us like...
You're going to take forever if you're going to speak it out loud.
Hence the reason I said 4 hours later, number one.
I think one safe assumption would be Estel is now freaking at the moment.
What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how to write this. What would...
Do you know the best of it? I'm getting so many questions in my head that I want to ask Galadriel now, and one of them is, are you in the habit of freaking out for elven hacker? Just casually, you're in the habit of doing that. Because if you are, you want to come on an journey with us.
Number one, I had a feeling when the more I got traveled around and stuff, I had a feeling on some things, but yeah.
Yeah.
Question one now. I'm writing it because I don't know how to.
How to say it.
Wait, just...
Galadriel says, do you want to lie down or do you want to sit down?
No, it's fine. I just want to understand the role. Number one, understand the role of this, like, me.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah, I
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yes. Okay,
like, what's the point?
There was a story in the past of two boys that went into the woods.
Yeah, I had a dream about that.
Yes, and the gift that was given to one of the boys was that they would always possess a gift. Yes.
The lights of the. There.
No, yeah, they would always possess a gift. Yes.
Yes.
They would always have a guardian. Yes?
My guardian. Oh. What would they use that for if they were to know of this and, try to, capture me and do forceful things? I don't know. If they were, hypothetically, if that were to happen. Shit. I dropped things. In real life, I dropped things. But
What you mean? If somebody found out
that I could do that.
That you could do that.
Yeah.
And then they could either get you to do it.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
I think it was self-evident about how extraordinarily dangerous that word could become.
Yeah. Sure. Number 2, are the... Because if I'm reading this correctly, would the people that would be probably currently alive in the House of Fae here? Currently? Like, are they living in... I know my mother isn't, she's in Tharbad, but
Yeah, there's nobody else.
They're all gone?
Yeah.
Dead or just not in Lothlorien?
That's something you could probably find out in the Hall of Records.
Okay.
Okay? But yes, if you were to continue with that situation, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
For a brief moment, a very brief moment, this could be the outcome.
I hate that I have to, open this thing. Because I have stupid Skype.
Okay. Yeah, for a brief moment, a very brief moment. And I think she says, after you realize this, I think you can see the overwhelming importance of this and why it's being kept secret.
Sorry, I have to find this document, damn it. And open it. wow, that was evident. That was so evident. I just want to know what they would do with it.